Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Alejandro Kinsbrunner and I will be hosting the 6th episode of the video series called Developing Side-by-Side Extensions with CAP for SAP Service Cloud V1. In this video, I will show you how to add sensitive information in a secure way. Next, we will introduce a new profile for connecting our service with our C4C Development tenant. As I mentioned on the previous episode, the way we added the API key is not the recommended way to do this, as we would be disclosing sensitive information if uploading our code into a shared repository. Based on this, let's create in our root folder a new .env file and add an environment variable with the copied API key. So we come here, we create the env file and I already have copied the content. Let's just paste it here. So the env file is used to add additional environment variables for local testing. By setting environment variables starting with cds dot or cds underscore, I can add settings to my CAP configuration. In this example, it has the same effects as the configuration we currently have on our package.json file here. Here. So we can now proceed to remove it from here. So cds watch -- profile sandbox. Now let's see that everything remains here. Perfect. By putting this on a separate file, I can exclude it from being pushed to the Git repository by adding the env file to the git ignore file. So let's come here, let's add here, for example here, env file, and this will be enough. Now that I have improved the security situation, let me add a new profile called development in package.json, similar to the one I added for Sandbox, with the only difference that the URL will point to my V1 tenant instead of the one from the API hub. So let's go back to the package.json. Let's simply copy this. Let's put a comma. And let me just bring the URL of my tenant. And let's see what happens if I do cds watch -- profile development. Okay, so we get a 401 code, which means unauthorized. So let's fix that by adding on our env file the credentials for the C4C tenant. I will comment this one out for a while. Now let's go back and now let's see if we refresh, what do we get? Okay, so we get almost 2,000 entries. So this is the V1 service tenant. So let's open the tenant in parallel and let's quickly check the amount of tickets that we have there on the system. So now that the tenant is open, let's go to the Service Work Center. Oh, here it is, tickets. Let's see the amount of tickets. 1948, 1994. Why is that? Okay, so if we check the all tickets plus the all irrelevant tickets, that should give me 1994. Let's see, 1948 plus 46. Yes, 1994. Perfect. Before I close this episode, let me tell you that in terms of best practices, it is not the best approach to hardcode tenant credentials in the CAP project, and this is something we will improve on a later episode by connecting systems through something called destination. I hope you enjoyed this episode. On the next one, I will introduce the custom handler with the logic that solves our main issue, which is mainly to change the status of the parent ticket. Feel free to post any questions in case you have a doubt in the blog post. Thank you and see you in the next episode.